this is how I made over 223,000 US dollars online at the age of 20 years old. I'm making this video so that you can actually just copy me. I'm going to show you literally everything I did at the start of my beginning journey to where I am right now. That's allowed me to collect this type of money, and also that's going to allow you to collect this type of money as well too, because if you watch this video all the way to the end, I promise you, you're going to know exactly what I did, exactly how it works, so that you can literally just copy it. It's literally the exact name of the title, so copy what I'm doing, guys. I would honestly recommend you download this video because it's going to be extremely valuable. So stay till the end. All right, I'm just going to show you guys. Obviously, this is real. This is a screenshot I took yesterday, and just to show you guys that it's also real again too, I actually have the live Stripe account, so you can see. I'm going to refresh it so you guys can see all the moving stuff or whatnot. As you can see, real money that's actually entered an account. And when you put this into the dollars to pounds translator thing, as you can see, no, this is like the pounds. It comes out to like around 220, and there's so many that's been taken off Stripe. There's a couple thousand that's been taken off Stripe as well too. So it's probably around like 250-ish K, honestly. But for Stripe purposes, this is what it shows, whatever. You guys can see it essentially. So anyways, let's just jump right back into the video and show you the actual steps that you can take to get to this point, because tides are changing, guys. Like stuff that was working like a year and a half ago is not working right now essentially, and this whole video is to show you exactly what's doing right now, because I've made more money in this, let's say like started 2024 by realizing this one thing, made way more money than I did in almost like a whole business tenure, like a whole 6 months. I made it in like a whole 2 months essentially, and I'm going to show you how that stuff is actually possible and how you're going to be able to like leverage this, because you need to be listening to people that are doing the stuff you want to be doing right now, people that are actually showing you the stuff right now, because a lot of these gurus, a lot of these online people, they don't show you what's actually working right now essentially. They just show you what they've done in the past, and I'm not about to do that in this video, so that's why I say it's going to be one of the most valuable videos you watch. Stay till the end. Cool. So the first thing everything revolves around is value. So when you start out, honestly, the first thing you just have to do is provide value. You need to give someone a reason to actually give them your hard-earned dollars and their hard-earned money. And my form of value when I started out was starting an agency doing done-for-you services in exchange for money. And I think this is probably one of the best ways to start out, because it allows you to have some sort of like base. It allows you to offer something that people actually want, and when people want the thing, they're going to pay you money essentially. So what happens when you learn the valuable skill of being an agency owner, or I won't say it's a skill, when you start the business model of being an agency owner, it forces you to learn a shit ton of skills. And this is what is going to allow you to do what I'm about to show you later, that makes you a ton of money just by starting something difficult, because agency stuff is difficult. It's not that easy. But what it gives you is stuff that a lot of people don't talk about, and it's so untapped that once you realize what it gives you and you monetize that properly, you can make way more money than you would have actually made just running your actual agency, which I'm going to explain a little bit later. So what ends up happening, you have skill and you have time. So when these are skills, and let's just say skill level goes up to like 10, and then as you keep learning, let's say you start 3 months, you don't really know much, 6 months come through, you don't even know much. It's like very linear. But once you get to like a certain threshold, everything just starts to make more sense. The first like 3-6 months, most of the time, most people don't even know what they're doing, which is fine. It's supposed to be like that because it's a completely new business model to you. But then after that, your rate of learning and your rate of acquiring skills becomes a lot easier, because you're learning so much different things at the end of the day. So when you come across like a Google Doc or like a course that breaks down, let's say, an appointment setting thing, if you've been doing appointment setting for 6-9 months and you just implement it, you learn it a lot faster. As a result, your rate of learning just goes higher. So it gets easier as you do this stuff for longer essentially. You get forced to be good at something because so much stuff gets thrown at you when you're a beginning agency owner. Like for example, you have to learn acquisition, you have to learn sales, you have to learn fulfillment, you have to learn so much different stuff, and it gives you so many skills that you can use to help people, which I'm about to break down a little bit later. Okay, the skills is the part that's super important. So now that you have the skills, basically what most people do is they get people to know about these skills. So what I was doing is I was doing cold outbound to get people to know that I'm actually good at something. I started my agency doing like solo marketing or something like that, like doing marketing for solo essentially. So what happens is as you're learning the stuff, everything's in your head. So now you need to know that, okay, cool, I need to get this stuff out of my head. I need to show people that I can actually do something. Okay, so what you need to do is you show people that have pain that they need to give you money to alleviate that pain. So let's say you learn a specific skill of, like, let's say ads or something like that. If you show people how to run ads, or like how to do ads, and you can run ads that can generate any sort of like monetary value for someone, they will pay you monetary value. They will give you money for that. And that's basically what I was doing for like the first 2 months of my journey. And this was the path that pretty much majority of people are going down. You might be going down this exact same path right now. Essentially, you might be learning skills, packaging that skills in such a way, maybe like creating offers, high-tech offers, in such a way that provides value and you can present it to someone. And those people are paying you money, maybe on a monthly basis or maybe like a one-time basis, to implement those skills or implement the thing that you have in your brain for them, essentially, which is called a done-for-you service. And this was the path that everyone was sold. So sell done-for-you services to business owners, get skills and results. So get results from those done-for-you services that you provide for these business owners, and get a lot of skills by actually doing these services, because it teaches you to be good at stuff. You make mistakes, you learn from your mistakes, you actually get really good at what you're doing, and then scale that business to maybe 50 to 100k a month. This was basically the path that everyone was like told, essentially. This is like the path you need to go to, like actually make thousands of dollars, and then go from there. But why are the people who are teaching it to you millionaires and have made hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, teaching you the model that is not making them like all their money, essentially? Which is fine. I'm going to explain to you, because there's processes. A lot of these guys, they start doing this and then they transition into something else. But the misconception that people don't understand is, how long do you need to wait before you transition into the other thing that's a lot more scalable? So this is what ended up happening to me when I was doing my done for you services. I'm still doing it, but I'm going to show you what ends up happening to most people. What ends up happening is, everyone that starts doing done for you services that gets to a specific scale, a couple of things start to happen. They experience bottlenecks in terms of scaling. They have to hire a couple of people, so they need to learn hiring. They need to deal with some bad hires in here and there. Sometimes they get undervalued by their clients. They do all this done for you work, and the clients just undervalue them, and they just like see them as a commodity. They are underappreciated. They do all the stuff, and no one actually respects the stuff that they're doing. Like, they get clients telling them, oh, we're gonna leave you next month, we found someone else, or like, oh, we found someone that might be better, oh, we found someone that's cheaper, oh, like, I think I could have done this stuff myself even better. You get very underappreciated, and it commoditizes as well too. This is the worst one. You get compared to other agencies that do similar stuff, even if they don't do it better than you. Just the fact that other agencies exist that do something similar to you is enough to throw someone off and be like, hey, this is okay. And I promise you guys, if you keep staying till the end, I'm going to show you how you can get rid of this, because this is going to inevitably happen to people. It's going to inevitably happen to people who are, doing a similar service that's maybe copied from someone else, or like doing something that might be similar to someone else. It's going to inevitably happen where you get undervalued, commoditized, and underappreciated, unless you get it to the point where you're like 150k a month or something like that, doing your done for you services. What's really funny as well too is that the clients that you actually do the work for would then happily go and pay someone else thousands of dollars that don't even do half the work that you do, that are just selling information. So people who are just selling info and stuff that just teaches them how to do it, they gravitate towards them. And why does that happen? Well, it's because number one, done for you services facilitate the things that people just can't do by themselves. They don't want to do it themselves, so they want to hire for someone else. The reason why they don't want to do it for themselves, a lot of the times, maybe it might be because they're not good at it, maybe they don't understand it, so they hire someone else to do it for them, and the expectation for that person is, you need to do this thing that's going to make me a lot of money. If you don't do it, I'm going to be on your neck because I'm paying you a lot of money. And that's why done for you services kind of have like a very big problem, essentially. And the other thing that comes with it as well too is, done for you service are not infinite. Okay, so with the number of clients you sign, the number of operations, systems, processes, hiring, and the people you need also goes up as well too. It's very linear. They go up together in tangents. Sometimes it's even exponential, which is a completely different thing. But once you get to a specific part, and it's usually around 15-20 clients that people get to this point, where it becomes extremely difficult to scale past this point, because the amount of operations that is required for done for you service, where you're physically doing stuff for someone else, well, not physically, like online obviously, but you're actually doing something. Maybe it's writing copy, maybe it's running ads, maybe it's doing short form content, maybe it's doing like scaling, like you growth operating someone else. Once you get to a specific point, it becomes extremely difficult to get past that 15 to 20 clients a month mark. And this is where a lot of people would actually transition into doing something else. And I'm going to explain to you what that is. And some people even do it like somewhere, sometimes even around here, it becomes very difficult as well. And this part, you're usually making maybe like 15, 20K or something like that, sometimes even more. But operations required to get past that and go to like that 50, 100 is so much that people don't really explain how much it is. So you need more hires, more systems, more accountability, and those things aren't free. Those things aren't things you can just buy right now and then get rid of it. You have to learn the things, number one. You need to accept some mistakes because you might hire some bad people, you might build the wrong systems, and it costs money and time out of the business. And as a result, when you're doing this stuff, your margins are also going down as well too, and you're not really making as much money. Like one of the biggest months that I had, I think it was like £70,000 or something like that. It was probably more because I had some more money that came off Stripe, but I had probably like £8,000 in like expenses, which is about like $10,000. So I think that month I did maybe like 28,000 USD or like maybe 30, I think close to 30. Was it February? Yeah, I think like 30. But my expenses were extremely high because that was a month where we had to spend a lot of stuff to actually fix a lot of operations and whatnot. Because what ends up happening is, I didn't think I added that diagram over there, but when you scale to like a specific revenue amount, and you get to time, you scale up here, boom, stuff breaks, damn, and then you take a big hit and then you go down, and boom, you go up here, boom, stuff breaks again, and then you're like, damn, you take a little bit of a hit, you don't go down below, sometimes you even go worse, and then boom, goes up. And there's this constant cycle of like signing things breaking. This also happens in like other bundles, but it happens especially for agency owners because it's a very difficult business to run. So it was about like 60% margin, which was okay. I'm not saying that was bad or anything like that, but as the more people I signed, the number was going down because my costs are not fixed. It's like when you sign more people, you need, let's say, maybe you're paying your contractors per client or something like that, and then the expense goes even more, blah, blah, blah. But it's fine because you still make more money, but you're also running something that also brings in clients that don't respect you, brings in clients that are super demanding, and brings in clients that churn very quickly because of the amount of competition and the amount of commoditization you get in that niche, and also keeps you kind of hunting for people every month essentially. So I basically ran into this problem where I had all these mini bosses. Everyone was telling me basically what to do, and they were like, hey, I need this, I need this, and this, which is fine because I actually did enjoy working with a lot of these guys as well too, and I'm still working with them. I'm not shutting this stuff down. It's actually still profitable because I'm going to show you a method that allows you to still get people that you want to work with, still have crazy profit margins, and also still build a business that you enjoy yourself. I'm going to explain that a little bit later. So like I said, this is going to be super valuable, so keep watching this. Had all these mini bosses. I'd work super late times. I'd stay up to get stuff done. Like I'll be up at like 1-2 a.m. doing some stuff. I would have to deal with client requests of them, pausing payments or saying the service wasn't good, even though we're doing like a ton for them. They would just like have crazy expectations. And like I said, guys, you're gonna inevitably go through this because you need to go through this to learn how to not go through this, and eventually. So you're going to have this inevitable part where you get to the point where you have all these things happening and it is just gonna suck. Like, so even if you maybe haven't experienced this stuff, you will inevitably get there, and maybe you're even seeing signs of this stuff happening as well too. And part of me subconsciously, and I would say this, I probably didn't even want to scale this. There was a part where I knew I had to turn more cold outreach, out to do more outreach to get more clients, and sometimes I was just like, damn, do I really want to do this though? Because I was thinking to myself, do I really want to be signing all these people that just inherently don't really respect me, or like just basically just utilize me, just like over leverage me to the point where it's like I'm doing all this work, I'm gaining all these skills, yes, I'm learning so much, but I'm not utilizing it in this way that I could be. And actually, I didn't even want to keep ramming to get new people because I thought it was just going to be the same old. And even my clients, this was the crazy part, even the clients I was signing would tell me, I don't know how you're scaling this stuff. The clients that would get crazy results, they'll be like, yo, this is sick, but I don't even know how you're scaling this stuff. This is so much work you're doing for us. And it was true. I was always playing it off. I was always saying like, yeah, it's fine. But then I really realized, I was like, shit, I'm doing so much for these guys. It's actually crazy. And this typically happens when you're at like, 15K to like 30K a month for your agency. Sometimes people get it past like the 50K a month mark and they get stuck there, but they just don't want to scale it. And like, they're just like, yo, I don't want to scale this stuff at all. And I can understand that. And this was going on, and this kept going on for like the start of the year, just really contemplating what I need to do. And I realized that there's a better way to scale. I noticed that there were some people that were following me from the content I was making, and there was a gap in the market. And pay attention to this, because if you've made it this far, I commend you, number one. And I also want to show you how you're going to avoid all of this stuff that's going to inevitably happen, that even might be happening to you right now. I'm going to show you how to avoid this. You need to become a hybrid consultant. You might ask yourself, what does that even mean? I wrote up the code for my hybrid consultant because this is the stuff that I've been secretly following, has been allowing me to not work crazy hours, still keep a lot of profit, and actually build something that I actually enjoy. So what do? So hybrid consultants, I'm going to mute myself over here. We build cash flowing offers and assets that are low leverage, that bring in recurring revenue every single week. So what does that mean? You're building products and you're building systems, you're building SOPs that you're exchanging for monetary value that brings in weekly and recurring revenue every single month with leverage fulfillment. So I'm going to dive into all that stuff and how all that thing works. We productize our skill sets. So the stuff that we know, the stuff that's in our head, we find a way to synthesize that information and turn it into information, and we productize it so that we don't have to work as much in our agency and we can actually delegate all of these things to people. So a lot of the stuff that we have in our stuff is SOP'd, it's in video trainings, it's broken down so that we don't have to be working like crazy amounts of hours in the agency as well too, and also in the thing that I'm going to be showing you, we're going to be consulting in. We build planning and systems, so we don't work more than 5-6 hours a day, because you get to a certain point where, like, obviously doing 12-hour days, like, sometimes it will be very beneficial, but you're gonna get to a point where, like, you know, 4 to 6 hours a day actually produces like diminishing returns. So what that basically means is that you don't get any return for working more than like a specific hour a day when you're doing this type of specific business model. It's not for every business model, but specific business models get no value from you working more, essentially. And these are the types of businesses that we like to build. And we get paid for our skill and time. So we monetize with workshops and consulting calls. So we show our information, we synthesize our information and help people to provide value. You get extreme clarity every week because you know what you're doing every single time. You're not in a situation where you don't know what's happening with the business. You don't know how many people you can bring on. You don't know all these things because you are very clear on what's happening and you're not working too much, so you don't even experience burnout too much. If you've experienced burnout from working with a ton of people and a ton of clients, you would know what this feels like, and it's not fun. Okay, you attract people and you don't chase. You build up a wait list of clients and you get leverage acquisition to sign clients anytime they turn. So you build up a wait list of people that actually want to work with you, that want to give you money, that want to give you monetary value, and you have a leverage acquisition in such a way that you can sign people when they do churn. And then the content and building up an audience on YouTube, this is what, you know, high-tech hybrid consultants actually do. They build up content on Instagram, YouTube, so that they can actually have a pool of people that they can sell their services to, essentially. And this is the result of becoming a hybrid consultant. So like I said, I was secretly doing this in the back end. I wasn't showing these people. I was just putting it on my stories. And guys, my stories on Instagram, they get less than like 350 people watching it all the time, like literally less than that. So I was literally secretly just analyzing this and just showing it on my stories. And my pure profit months, when I launched the high-tech protocol, I signed 7 clients on the weekly, which was my cap. I literally said I only want to work with 7 people anyways, just to test it out. And all these people were paying me $200 a week for a whole month straight away. And to show you, these are all different people. If you zoom in, all the names are kind of different. Obviously, this starts with T, Z, A, N, another A as well too. And like, these are all different names, as you can see from like all the different invoices. Oh, so yeah, just leave someone's email over there, but it's completely fine. I don't really care. But as you can see, I signed 7 students at a weekly, which is 5,600 USD. And my only expenses to keep these people was Loom, and I recorded the videos and hosted them on school. My monthly expense for that school is like $100. Loom was like $15. Basically 98% profit margins. And it's crazy because when I realized, I was like, oh shit, I'm not even working that much to actually keep these guys. I just basically synthesized the information I had in my head, I productized it in such a way, and I gave it to people and I provided value, and they kept paying to actually stay in the community and actually stay in the place that was providing them value. So I wasn't just giving them like, you know, a community with some groups or whatever. I was giving them actionable stuff that they can use, that they can apply right now to get a result, essentially, which is actually crazy because one of the guys actually joined. And he generally was making 2K in a month. And then from using all the information that I synthesized for him, he made 19K in euros in his next month, which is insane. It's like over 20,000 USD. It's like a crazy increase in just a single month by just using information that I synthesized for them. And what's even more crazier is when I looked at it, I compared this to actually providing done for you support. If you need to provide done for you support to get a client or a brand or any sort of person to pay you 5,600 USD every single month for one done for you client, it requires more effort, it requires more labor, it requires more outreach. And anyone who's sold done for you services for high ticket understand how difficult it is to sell someone to pay you 5,600 every single month on a retainer and actually retain that person. Because a lot of people see content agencies, they sign 5k clients, maybe they sign 3k clients, 4k clients, but then leave in 3 months and they're like, hey, or they're like, oh, we didn't get as many videos this month, like we're gonna pause everything or something like that. And it's like, bro, this stuff happens every single day, and it's going to be inevitable for this stuff to happen to a lot of these guys. So by doing it the hybrid consultant way, it's completely effortless. And what I want people to realize is I want more people to become hybrid consultants, because you don't need to shut down your agency. I'm not saying break everything down. I'm still running mine. I'm only working with clients that I actually enjoy working with, so it doesn't feel like work. And I enjoy this because you can actually bring in a lot of money if you actually do it properly. If you can get them crazy results like you've probably seen on my YouTube channel and everything else. If you see me for the first time, if you see my results, they're crazy. I get the clients crazy results. So that's why I'm able to retain them and get a lot of referrals. But the best part about this is you can use this to get even more agency clients as well too, because what you can do is you can get people who are paying you on the weekly and ascend them to pay you even more money, essentially. And this is how the hybrid consultant funnel even works. You have content, you have marketing, you have outreach that's going out to people, that's showing them your existence. They're making people aware of your existence every single day, and you funnel them into a value offer. This value offer could either be like a call, like a consulting call, or any sort of document, anything that you're giving them of value they can actually use, that has your understanding, your processes synthesized into information that they can actually use. Okay, and what you do is you sell them on a product, a low ticket product. It's not low ticket, it's kind of like high ticket, because you can charge like 1k a month for like 2k, a weekly product where they can pay weekly or where they can pay like monthly or something like that builds up MRR. So you're not signing one client and then you're having to like lose them. And then what happens is if you can get them really good results by building very low leverage fulfillment, and by building very low leverage assets and fulfillment systems, you can send these people to done for you, where you can even charge them even higher packages. Because I see these people, they sign them on a weekly and then they ask them like, hey, do you want to just pay in full, or do you want to like ascend to my done for you stuff? And they pay like 3, 4, 5k just like that, and you're working with someone that actually enjoys working with you. And the best part about this, these people are never going to come into you and be like, oh, your service will horrible or whatnot, I'm gonna like refund or anything like that. They know that they're buying information, they're buying knowledge from you, so they can't hate. But the difference with done for you services, they're buying someone to do something for them. So when the person doesn't do it correctly, or if someone doesn't do it to their expectations, they have all right to get mad. But when you are sending information, when you send the systems, the tools, the processes, these people can't get mad, because at the end of the day, it's on them to actually implement it properly. You're just facilitating their success. And that's the type of people that you want to be targeting if you want to be scaling to those high numbers without going crazy and without going insane. You're bringing in profits while working less, and you're working with clients that actually want to work with you. So like I said, guys, these people that come in here, they wanted to work with me. They came to me. I didn't even have to have a sales call with them. They just bought because they actually enjoyed what I had to do. And this was all from a very small list of people, literally less than 300 people watching my stories on Instagram every single day at the time of recording this. And the people who are even qualified are probably even less than that. So if you have like a tiny audience, or let's say even no one knows about it, this stuff is still going to work. You just have to get in front of them. And people always say it's either one or the other. People always say it's either you start an agency, you don't do anything else, you start blah blah blah. But the reason why I named it a hybrid consultant is because why not you be a hybrid where you can acquire clients as a consultant, as an agency, so you're not commoditized, and you can send those clients into done for you offer. So even if you still want to keep your agency, it's fine. Just use that as done for you stuff, but market the done for you stuff, because it's a lot more scalable, it's a lot more easier to sign people, and you can still have some sort of like done with you elements in there essentially. So people are not gonna like look at you and be like, oh, this guy's doing everything for me, I'm gonna pay him instead. They'll still look at yours and be like, oh wow, you're gonna teach me how to do this, and you're also gonna help me do some of these stuff as well too. That's how you have to frame it. Okay, you're not framing it as a course, you're not framing it as information, because frankly, to sell those things you need a lot more leverage, and you can still sell done with you services without leverage. Okay, or if you just want to learn how you can get better results for your clients, if you're scaling creators, maybe you're working with coaches and you want to just get them better results, you can actually do that, because as you can see, the results I have, they're crazy. But if you are just one of those agencies where it's like, I help coaches scale to 10 to 30k per month by using the social funnel, DM me stuff, you're not going to sell anything, guys. Like, that stuff is so commoditized, and you're not going to be able to like get in front of people that actually want to buy your stuff, essentially. So how do you become a hybrid consultant, guys? Like I said, this is going to be super important, because this is going to be the new wave of people. Everyone's already starting to kind of like get into this stuff. People are starting to sign and make money from these things. So if you're late to the train, guys, it's going to suck. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can become a hybrid consultant. So I put together this doc that's going to be showing people how they can actually get the next 6k in profit by becoming a hybrid consultant in the next 30 days or less. Because this month, I only want to help 5 people collect at least 6k profit with a consulting profit in the next 30 days or less, without working more than 40 hours a day, without dropping the other business revenue, and doing a bunch of crazy stuff that just doesn't work. This is for agency owners and coaches who are burnt out working with clients that just boss them around, demand a ton, or underappreciative. They don't profit a lot from the agency. They have to put out fires every single week. They work long hours in the business and they don't get any sort of big returns, and they're sick and tired of waiting at the end of the month for like, rev share deals and like payments to come through, and they don't cash flow a lot. Stripe might say they make something, but they might make something else. And I'll be honest with you guys, everything I showed you on Stripe, it's cool, but at the end of the day, it's all numbers. It's not all profit. It's not all stuff that I get to keep. But with a consultant model, with a hybrid consultant model, I get to keep a lot more, work a lot less, and actually build a relationship with people that actually want my stuff, essentially. So over the next few weeks, I want to be helping just 5 people. Like I said, guys, only 5 people. Add the hybrid consultant business or model into the business and actually help you transition into a hybrid consultant. What I do is I'm going to basically audit your entire business and just give you clarity and build out your offer. I audit it. I see what you need to do, whether it's just scaling or if it's just starting your offer, helping you get existing clients become better with your offer. Some people just want to make the complete transition into the coaching business. Some people just want to join to get more profit. Some people just want to get the clients better results with their agency so that they can actually scale that and use the skills to actually start something new. It's completely fine. You can come in at any single level, because at the end of the day, guys, you're going to experience all the things that I showed you in this video. You're going to get to that point anyway, so you can join at any level and get to that point. So we're going to do that on a one-on-one call personally with me. I'm not going to send you to any CSM. You're going to have it with me, and then that's going to be that. And we're going to validate it by signing your first 2 clients with it. Then after that, I design your hybrid funnel, and we're going to build out the main funnel that's responsible for getting you qualified prospects that actually want to speak to you every single day. You can sell these guys on 1k to 5k a month packages directly in the DMs without even needing a sales call. All the guys who pay me on a weekly basis, I didn't sign them on a sales call. All of these guys even pay for a consulting call, and then I transition them into a sales call. This is going to help you get all these types of stuff, and by here, you're probably going to be around 2 to 3k cash collected by now. And then from there, I'm going to show you how to build simple ads that's going to get people flooding to work with you, actually convert them into like high paying clients on a weekly model. And then from there, closing deals, ascending clients, and building LTV. So like I said, everyone just likes to talk about coaching and try to bash it off as like, oh, you only sign clients once, you don't build up recurring revenue. But here I show you how to build LTV so you can sign clients that continue to pay you month after month, week after week, as they would in traditional agency, except they respect you a lot more. They're happy to keep paying you for the value you provide, and you actually enjoy working with them. They pay you, they get a result, you use that result to get more clients, and you just repeat that process. It's literally just like a system. It's literally how I got like over like 15k in cash in just referrals by getting one client a really good result. And like I said, guys, I show people how to do that type of stuff. And once you're consistently making that amount of money, you have the ability to even scale it. So the timeline works like this. We build out your stuff, we get clear. If you guys want to read this, guys, it's just going to be in a doc. Like, you can literally just DM me for this actual doc. The investment to get into this stuff is like $200 a week. Honestly, you just pay that every week and you literally get those one-on-one calls. Your commitment, it's literally just like a minute. If you don't want to stay here, you can just leave. There's no guarantees or any sort of big promises. If you want to join, you can literally just message me hybrid on on Instagram, essentially. He's WBL. And no, I'm not going to tell you, oh, booking a call, let me have a conversation. Guys, literally just DM me and I'll just send you the doc so you can read it properly by yourself. And you can just say yes or no. Like, in fact, you can literally just ghost me right after or anything like that. Literally just DM me the word hybrid on Instagram. Okay, guys? That's literally it. If you want to learn how to actually become a hybrid consultant or someone that actually is a value, that actually knows how to, produce value out there and get paid for it so that you don't become a commodity and they can actually make money online without having to do all this type of will work, then just DM me hybrid. I will just show you the document. You can read through it. If it's something you're interested in, set you in. Only help me 5 people become this. But yeah, I hope this was super valuable. I hope this showed you the path that people need to go through, and I also showed you the path that I'm going through right now. That's actually making me, quite a decent ton of money. I'm gonna keep going down this path as well too. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.